Here we go, wrestling. Here we go. Here we go, wrestling. Here we go. Welcome. Hey, everybody. What a night. Welcome. We are live here on the Notsam Wrestling YouTube channel. Don't do this too often, but we don't have nights like this too often. Now, right now, it doesn't seem all that special because as we speak, I've got, Law & Order on one TV over here. And by TV, I mean, whatever, tablets. But Law & Order is on to my left, and The Big Bang Theory is on to my right. But that all changes very, very soon. As the wars are back, baby. Tuesday night, and you've got two companies. So AEW has been doing a buy-in, and they've already said, oh my God, Sadzilla already said, Orton's return on NXT, let's go. The rules apply. The normal rules of Not Sam Wrestling apply to a Not Sam Wrestling live stream, okay? Number one, we watch the product. Number two, we speculate wildly. Number three, we don't fantasy book Randy Orton. However, we will also bring in one of the rules of Sam Roberts Now, which is the streaming show we do on the Not Sam channel, which is every super chat gets read. So if you want to super chat in, I'll be looking at the chat as we go. But I'll be looking at every super chat that you send in, we will acknowledge here on our big Tuesday show. Now, apparently, I haven't seen AEW's buy-in because, believe it or not, I was spending time with my family. However, apparently, according to Twitter, it has already been stated. It has already been called the greatest Dynamite ever, or something to that effect. There has been some kind of reference to the fact that this is going to be the biggest Dynamite of all time. It is competing with, by far, the biggest NXT of all time. We've got John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman, Asuka confirmed. We have Undertaker donging during all the commercials and references to the Undertaker's dong were made at the Fastlane press conference. Both Cody Rhodes and Triple H referenced the Undertaker's dong at that press conference. So if you're going to reference the Undertaker's dong at the press conference, the Undertaker, not just the dong, are going to have to show up to NXT, I have to imagine. And then today, on one end, you've got AEW going, this is going to be the biggest Dynamite ever. On the other end, Jade Cargill is tweeting out a photo with Shawn Michaels on caller ID going, I wonder what he wants. So Jade Cargill is teasing a potential appearance on NXT tonight. Fatbags is checking in. I'm actually pretty psyched, Sam. A regular Tuesday is now action-packed. That's right. We've all talked about how, when there's competition, the fans win. People say that, and a lot of times it doesn't necessarily feel like we win, right? It just feels like, I guess, hypothetically, in the big picture, we win. But on this night, we see a direct result. On this night, we see that when two wrestling, we got a WWE open on before an AEW open on. Now, I might be on a delay, but WWE is running there then, now, forever, and I'm still seeing Big Bang Theory commercials. So that's point one for WWE. I hope somebody's out there keeping score. 1 point so far for WWE. Oh, Christian is talking about Title Tuesday in the control room. He says he's the biggest star in the company with the Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus in the background. Meanwhile, on NXT, Cody Rhodes, immediately, no intro, no tonight's going to be the biggest thing ever. Immediately, it's just we're putting Cody Rhodes right out there in the Performance Center, and it looks like they've packed the Performance Center full of way more people than are usually in it, but I'll have to take a look at it once it really starts. I see you, Jose Guerra. Undertaker's dong is hilarious. I'm going to tell you right now, Undertaker's dong is actually fairly intimidating. I've never thought when I am met with the Undertaker's dong that it's hilarious. I find it intimidating and a little scary. Christian's still cutting his promo. Oh, that's funny. He said he's going to elaborate to Adam on the 3 words that he left him with last week, which were go F yourself. I love that. It's pretty cool for Christian, right? It's like, well, who do we have to compete with Cody Rhodes? We got Christian, baby. And Christian and Cody Rhodes right now, both doing the best work of their careers. And now on AEW, they're starting with the Open. And on NXT, you got Vic Joseph already letting you know. First 30 minutes is commercial free. Now we're going... Okay, Hot Dog. Hot Dog is in the chat asking who has a legal stream for both shows. Hot Dog, they're on TV. Don't make me... I'll force you to zoom in, dude. I will force you to zoom into this show. I will put a Zoom window open, and I'll start sending the link out. We've got 2 shows. Full 30 minutes, no commercials to start. I wonder if Cody's tired. He's literally just at Raw. All right. Whoa. Okay. Now, there's rumors that Mox may not make it to AEW tonight. I don't know. I don't know if that's been announced. You can hit me in the chat if it has. Oh, yeah. NXT is way more packed than it usually is. But I would have thought that they were going to open with Mox versus Phoenix. And it says it looks like they're opening with Danielson versus Swerve. Okay, but Cody gave us a yeet. Look, I'm real happy for Swerve. And it's tough for me to miss a Danielson match, but realistically, if you tell me Cody Rhodes is yeeting on NXT right now, who doesn't tune into Cody Rhodes yeeting on NXT? 100% of the time. They're chanting yeet at Cody Rhodes. I wonder if Cody actually knows what yeet means. Thank you, Asamiri. Oh, I think I know who that is. Yeah. You know, yeet, it means to throw. Like, see this pen? It means to throw with the force of your life. Yeet! I just yeeted that pen. That's what yeeting means. I learned this from my children. My children and I have been shouting yeet at each other to my wife's discontent for about a month now. They love YouTube, so they found out about it. There's some people in the YouTube chat that don't know how to send a super chat. It's okay. Keep trying. If you accidentally send a bunch of them, I won't get mad. It'll be fine. Oh, Cody just said he's got to announce mints. Now, we're still doing entrances on AEW. Swerve is still coming out. Okay, Cody's talking about the women's breakout tournament. I've got to believe he's here to announce the Dusty Classic. Right? At the conclusion? Okay, so his first announcement is there's going to be an NXT men's breakout tournament. I feel like, you know, Prince Albert probably could have made that announcement, but I'm happy Cody's here. It's pretty cool. Oh, Nana's doing his dance, though. Oh, it looks like he's getting ready. Oh, Cody's getting teary-eyed. Man, this is wild. I'm sitting here in 2023, and I'm telling you right now, make the choice. You've got Prince Nana doing the Prince Nana dance on one channel, and Cody Rhodes yeeting on another channel. Wrestling has never been this much for the culture in its existence, and I love it. It's incredible. Okay, Cody made the announcement I think we thought he was going to make. The Dusty Rhodes Classic is coming back. Another announcement. Oh, boy. What's the other announcement? What do you think? Goldust is coming back to team with Cody. I made that up. Okay, he's got the privilege of doing something. Uh-huh. Now, you guys already know because it's probably on like a 20-second delay. Okay. All right. All right. This is beautiful. Cody Rhodes' last announcement is that tonight he's the special guest general manager. I'm going to translate this for you guys. Cody Rhodes announcing that he's the special guest general manager means not only is he going to be on the first segment to cut a promo with his announcement, but he could be on any segment. So if you like Cody Rhodes, if you're tuning in for Cody Rhodes, I guess you're just going to have to stay tuned to the entire show because HP Shizzle made him the guest general manager. Brilliant. And Ilya Dragunov. See, and people who say, well, are, having all the current WWE guys on NXT, isn't that taking opportunity away from the young guys? I mean, dude, you've got the most eyes on NXT in years, if not ever, in yeets, I would say. And who do you put on to showcase, right? Cody Rhodes is cutting this promo. Everybody's going, what's Cody talking about? The first superstar you see is Ilya Dragunov, the world champion of NXT. You get your guys over. You use the big stars to get your guys over. And I love it. Ilya Dragunov looking confident in there with Cody Rhodes. I'm going to look at these super chats. All the super chats are going to get read tonight. Sadzilla just hit me the significance of Cody being on NXT because of his father. Of course. He had said he never wanted to go to the Performance Center because Dusty's fingerprints were all over it. Just too much emotionally for him. He's bringing back the Dusty Memorial Tag Invitational. There's a great photo posted on WWE's social media today of Cody walking down the stairs and Dusty's photo right above him as he's walking down the staircase. It was really remarkable. Tigers in your lungs. The dong gives me goosebumps. I was always given goosebumps by the Undertaker's dong. I will agree with that. And Hot Dog says, I don't have live TV. This is very helpful coverage. You should have just come over and you could have been on the stream and then also been on watching. I got both on right here. Oh, boy. Dirty Dom is interrupting Cody and Ilya. Ilya Dragunov is getting down to business with Cody Rhodes and Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Mommy with the pigtails have interrupted them, and the NXT universe is not here for it. They are booing. They are booing. Hot Dog says, my computer can't handle 2 legal streams at once. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Meanwhile, Bryan Danielson and Swerve, by the way, just happened to be tearing it up a couple of dials down on the channel. Oh, what's going on also on major cable television in primetime right now? Swerve and Bryan Danielson are killing each other, so to speak. Wow. Dirty Dom with his beautiful style mullet is telling Cody he don't measure up to Dirty Dom. Or maybe he's talking to Ilya. I don't know. Uh-oh. Whoa. Dom is saying that Cody is not that big of a deal because the Judgment Day leaves him laying. This is big. This is big. You can't, like the same way we say, well, it's really great that Ilya is brought out here to interact with Cody and to interact with Dominic and Mommy. Great for Ilya. AEW is telling everybody right now, this whole Prince Nana Swerve thing, this is a main event act. Like, there ain't no curtain jerk on the Tuesday night battle between NXT and AEW. Everything is done for prime viewership. Nothing is done by mistake. So the fact that they go, you know what we're going to open this show with? Danielson versus Swerve. That lets you know how highly they think of Swerve. I think that's a really good sign. Not just for Swerve, but for all of us. Because Swerve rules. Whoa. Whoa. Dirty Dom is asking for an NXT World Title shot tonight. Don't forget, Cody Rhodes is a GM. Yeah, it's Renegade in there in the chat saying Swerve is getting to that next level. He absolutely is getting to the next level. That's awesome. Oh, nice little suplex move there by Swerve. She's not wrong. Mommy just pointed out that Dirty Dom's been carrying every WWE brand on his back for a year. That's kind of true. I don't disagree with that. Uh-oh. Ilya just interrupted them. Okay. Look at Ilya cutting promos over here, huh? Ilya on the stick. What do we think? Oh, he said he's going to smash Dom. He said, I'm going to smash your boy. Dom's your boy. That's not good. Special guest general manager Cody Rhodes. He's going to be there the whole show. What a move. What a move. I'm kind of hoping Swerve beats Bryan Danielson. I got to be honest. Right. Cody's talking about the numbers game with the Judgment Day. I've heard about that. I've heard it's never very fair. There's going to be a special. Oh, my God. These son of a bitches did it. Oh, these bastards did it. Oh, they said, you want to play, we're going to play. Cody Rhodes. He's not even supposed to be here today. Cody Rhodes just announced that the main event of NXT is going to be Ilya versus Dirty Dom, and the special guest referee is LA Knight. Yeah. So now you got to stick around because Cody's going to be GM all night, and LA Knight is the special guest referee in the main event. Now, Blob More Chairs in the chat just said they still talkie on NXT. Boo, switching to NXT. I don't know if you meant AEW. Who would have thought, dude? They just went to the NXT parking lot, you know? A superstar's coming out. Usually it's an NXT superstar, John Cena, who, by the way, I love that John Cena, when he drives to buildings, he does it in his full gear. Like, John Cena drives in wristbands. I've never seen it before in my life, but it feels very John Cena. LA Knight is a special guest referee. It's Dirty Dom. It's Dirty Dom versus Ilya Dragunov with LA Knight as the special guest referee. It's like, what are we even doing? Oh, they've got a viewing room at NXT. That's what a big deal it is. NXT tonight is such a big deal. I wonder if they're watching this. I wonder if they're watching us. Blob More Chairs said AEW. My bad. I knew what you meant, Blob. Oh, there's a viewing room. They know how to make things seem like a big deal. They're saying the NXT talent is sold out backstage, all wanting to sit in a room and just watch the show. That's fun. I tell you, Swerve and Bryan Danielson are just over here. Hey, you guys want to see like an awesome wrestling match? And then Nana's like, yeah, and can I do a little dancing? Yeah, sure. Go for it. We're getting to some wrestling now on NXT. Asuka versus Roxanne Perez. I love that they're just like, oh, are we going head to head? What if we just sent all our stars to Orlando? It's kind of hilarious. Fatbag says, this is freaking awesome. Cena drives a Honda. Yeah, I would have thought that, like, they gave him a car on Fast and the Furious or something like that, but I guess he drives a Honda. Oh, shoot. Adam Touche said, that's the Honda Cena mentioned on Andrew Santino's podcast. You know what? I'll bet that's his legit Honda. I think Cena lives in Florida. He doesn't live in Orlando. He probably lives, like, I don't know, in Tampa or something like that. But, okay, now Shotzi's just showing up. Shotzi's like, hey, I'm on NXT as well. They just flew everybody to Orlando. You got to understand, this is not an arena. NXT is done at the Performance Center. So they've just got the entire NXT roster and most of the main roster just packed into that Performance Center. Oh, Shotzi's going to... Okay, so we've got Asuka versus Roxanne Perez with Shotzi on commentary. All right. Meanwhile, and I mean, this is like the classic tale, right? Oh, and they're saying he's a Honda spokesperson, too. I guess Cena does commercials for Honda, but maybe that's because he loves Hondas, you know? That'd be like if I was the spokesperson for Chili's. And I should be the spokesperson for Chili's. I can't think of a better person to represent Chili's. Shotzi is screaming on commentary now. This really is like, I mean, this is what AEW and WWE is all about. AEW has been putting on a hell of a match for the last 15 minutes. Just a classic Bryan Danielson swerve match. Awesome. And WWE is just over here going, what if we put on the greatest spectacle that you've ever seen in your life? And you could go, which one do you like better? Doesn't matter. Watch them both. Too many screens. No excuses. Watch them both. Blob says Applebee's has rats. I don't know. Maybe yours does. I go to Chili's, dude. I love Chili's. And I don't see any rodents there whatsoever. Shotzi is psyched. Shotzi's very excited to be there. They're saying, oh, Joe Compton says you should do an open for Crown Jewel like Pat McAfee did for Fastlane. You just send those in, right? Like you could just say, yeah, if you want to do them, like, hey, I did an open. Of course I should. You kidding me? It'd be great. That's wild. 2 minutes ago, AEW put on an ad for their tickets coming up on sale. And then right after that, NXT put up an ad for tickets go on sale in Bridgeport. Manuel says, what are you enjoying most so far? I'm enjoying sharing this with all of you, baby. I'm just enjoying being a part of everything. Just the fact that this is all happening and there's enough excitement that I felt the need to go live, that there's a bunch of you in here right now that are watching this. That's what I love most. That wrestling has us all this excited. Okay, look, you guys need to super chat these things in because I'm reading some great comments in the chat, but you're supposed to super chat if I'm going to read them. But YouTube Superfan says AEW is Oppenheimer and WWE is Barbie. I mean, it's not the worst comparison ever. It's not. People love Barbie. People love Oppenheimer. Different flavors of ice cream, baby. That's the theme. That's wrestling in 2023. Different flavors of ice cream. But who doesn't love ice cream? I actually just talked to Pat Buck about that. I believe that interview will be up. If I have time to put it up tomorrow, I'd like to put it up tomorrow. But, yeah, Pat Buck, we were just talking about that here in the Notsam studio. So hopefully that interview will be up here. Swerve is really holding his own, too, against Bryan Danielson. I think he's going to win. Is this it? No. Kick out. Only 2 for Swerve. Love Sosa says they need to do this once a quarter. That would be really interesting. And to your point, what would be, thank you again, hey, Samiri, what would be really interesting, and this is very possible, right, is, yes, one show will win and one show will lose. Sure. One show is going to have higher ratings than the other show. But the fact is that there are more people interested in wrestling tonight, by far, than are usually interested in wrestling in general. To what degree? I don't know. We'll find out. But is there a world where both shows do well enough that they're like, we really should go head-to-head once a quarter and just battle it out because it's good for everybody? Like, what if NXT does a colossal number, but AEW also does a good number, or vice versa? What if AEW wins with a colossal number and NXT's number is still better than it usually does, right? Or even on a Tuesday, because technically, if AEW Dynamite is on a Tuesday, it should have a lower than usual rating because it's not on its night. But what happens if it does better than usual, even if it doesn't beat NXT. Doesn't that go to say that we should be doing this more often? I would argue that it's like, hell, I mean, why not? Even if you lose, you win. If you lose, you win either way. Oh, all right. W for Danielson. I guess he can't lose all the time. Geez, they're having Bryan Danielson wrestle a lot. I worry about that guy. We have a W for Danielson, and now on Saturday, he's wrestling Christian for the TNT Championship. He's wrestling on like every show. Bryan Danielson should not be wrestling on every show. And hey, man, Adam Page is out there holding something from Prince Nana. And what's he doing? Is he thinking about joining? No. I don't know. All right, we're going to a Samoa Joe promo now after Danielson with a little bit of outside interference from Hangman Page, which is good. We got a great match and an angle. I love an angle. I love a story. Interrupted. Samoa Joe doing one of his promos. We got Asuka with a win. Asuka just won her match on NXT. Asuka beats Roxanne Perez, but gives her respect. Gives her a pat. Look, you can't have the main roster guys go down to NXT and all lose to NXT stars. That's something you can't do because they got to go back to the main roster. Although, Sadzilla, super chatting in, thank you for the super chat, Sad, says, can't wait for Dragunov to make a man out of Dom. Hot Dog says, I feel like WWE did so much overkill that when NXT wins, it'll be like, of course they did. And it's almost covering a possible embarrassment that AEW could have faced. Meaning, well, look. Meaning that, and I don't disagree, if AEW loses, it's not like bad for AEW, right? Because it's like, well, yeah, you know, they had every big star. So I get what you're saying there. But also, you know, it's not like strategically this is a bad move. This is AEW. I mean, this is WWE running up the scoreboard. That's what WWE's doing. OK says, tell your man's Hot Dog not to yell at Tony Khan. Is he yelling at Tony Khan in there? Don't yell at Tony Khan, Hot Dog. Tony Khan is giving us a great show, okay? Looks like, are we doing Hobbs Jericho? Hobbs Jericho next? Look, Jericho's already on his way out. We're doing Hobbs Jericho next, boy. This is a big show. Georgia, I'll be 31 in December, and I think wrestling is more / just as exciting to me now as it was when I was 10. This is a safe space where we can say stuff like that. By the way, happy birthday in December. And, Paul Heyman is in the parking lot now. Paul Heyman, who tweeted out, the GOAT will be on NXT tonight, as will John Cena, which was just a Hall of Fame tweet if I've ever seen one. Yeah, happy birthday, Georgia, and this is the safe space. This is a safe space where we can sit here and say to each other, yup, we love wrestling now even more than we did when we were kids. That's fine. I'm with it. People are thinking LA Knight's going to make a... Look, LA Knight, the special guest referee. They didn't even announce that. Dirty Dom wasn't announced. Rhea Ripley wasn't announced. Versus Ilya Dragunov, a title match, wasn't announced. LA Knight is the special guest referee. Not announced. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we are... within, less than 5 minutes of the first commercial break. So it looks like we're seeing these promos. If this is what we're going to, NXT is going to, I would imagine, I'll bet the first commercial break is going to be picture-in-picture commercial break. Right? That makes sense. So they're going to start a match, go to picture-in-picture. So, yeah, it looks like we're going with the street fight, which is smart. Smart to go with the street fight picture-in-picture. Brawling Brutes are on their way out. Except it's not Sheamus. Sheamus, I think he might be injured. It's Tyler Bate, Ridge Holland, and Butch. Oh, and here come Gallus. Gallus come out and jump him. They're taking on Gallus. So it's a 6-man street fight with the bars at ringside. I don't know what they're... Pub rules match. A pub rules match. It's pretty smart to do this one in a picture-in-picture commercial. Because when they're slamming through tables and stuff like that, you could still see that in the picture-in-picture. It tells the story. You don't need to... You actually might stay tuned for the picture-in-picture. Now, over on the other end, Don Callis is looking happy because Powerhouse Hobbs is beating the stuffing out of Chris Jericho. That was a funny spot. Tyler Bate just pool cued one of the Gallus boys right in the punum, as if he was hitting a cue ball. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. This is not normal for family-friendly NXT. Oh, my gosh. Oh, okay. It's in the tape. But still, Butch is just digging darts into one of the Gallus boys' hands. Yeah, that's Mark. It was Wolfgang that went out with the pool cue. Meanwhile, Jericho is getting in 0 offense against Powerhouse Hobbs. They're over here deciding to make Powerhouse Hobbs a star again. Oh, a little bowling ball spot. Boom. Okay. Yeah, it didn't really work for me, the bowling ball spot. Boom. Yeah, Hobbs is beating the stuffing out of Chris Jericho. I like that. I'm all for anything that makes Hobbs a bigger deal. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, spinebuster on Jericho. Is that it? I wonder if that's the thing. Jericho's going to lose without getting any offense in. That'd be dope as hell. I love the idea of Don Callis being the only thing that Powerhouse Hobbs needed. I'm a big Hobbs guy. And anything that you can add to that package. Oh, my God. Butch just went through a table full of peanuts. Boom. Who called it? I'm a wrestling expert, dude. I don't know why I'm not producing this stuff. NXT, the first show to go to commercial break. I think Tony Khan waiting on purpose. NXT, the first show to go to commercial break. And as I said, picture-in-picture with the hardcore match going on. Because even in a little screen while you're watching a commercial for Chucky the series, you can still see peanuts and pub material smeared all over the outside of the ring. Right? They're blowing fire extinguishers in old Tyler Bates' face while I'm watching a Gain commercial. Ah, the wonders of technology. Meanwhile, TK is deciding to let the advertisers wait. TK not going to break. Oh, Jericho is getting a little offense in. Shoulder block. Jericho going against the rope. Another shoulder block. Jericho trying one more time. Can't get Hobbs down. And Hobbs sends him flying into the corner. All right. Meanwhile, we're watching the Gallus boys try to put down the Brawling Brutes while some guy with flex tape is saying, hey, you can fix your chair with my tape. Great. I can fix it. Well, guess what? The only furniture I'm worried about breaking is not my chair that's going to be fixed with your flex tape. It's that table full of peanuts that they just broke on NXT. They just gorilla pressed Tyler Bate and dropped him face first onto a keg while the guy on the other half of the screen is telling me I could fix my boat with his tape. Oh, I love picture-in-picture. Yeah, really smart. Really smart programming. It's just like you think about it, right? Somebody is just thinking about what makes sense here. It's 8:31, and AEW hasn't gone to break yet. This is a big deal. So obviously AEW is main eventing with the Edge match, right? I would probably. So what's going to happen? Have they said anything? Say it in the chat. I don't know if they've said anything that. Hot Dog wants to know if flex tape is going over. Yeah, I think Flex Tape is getting the rub tonight. Yeah, I don't. Oh, okay. It's not happening. So Mox is not wrestling. That sucks for AEW. Mox is not wrestling on Dynamite tonight. The announcement is made, still to come, and this will surely be the 9 p.m. match, going into the 9 o'clock hour. Orange Cassidy versus Phoenix for the International Championship. I've got to imagine a title change. I got to imagine that Orange Cassidy is getting the title back, which will be great because when Mox finally does get cleared, we can get an Orange Cassidy Mox rematch at a pay-per-view, and it would make sense. Yeah. So no, I'm for that. I'm pro. If it's not going to be Mox, I'm pro Orange Cassidy getting the rub and Orange Cassidy winning. So NXT. See, here's the risk. It's one thing if AEW goes to break after NXT, but NXT is now back from break. Uh-oh. There's a thing on the screen that says trending #1 in the United States, NXT. I didn't even think to check the trends. Let me check these trends. I should probably tweet out that I'm live too. Let me see what's trending. NXT #1, AEW Dynamite #2. That is cool, man. That is cool. This is as competitive, because, obviously they started going head to head. But NXT was first getting put on USA, and AEW was first going to TV. Like this is a different deal now. They're really competing now. Asa Mary, which I think we can say is hard pass, just wrote, "Aha, you have to super chat for more than $1." Okay, I guess so. I just turned the super chats on this channel on like half an hour before I jumped on because I was like, oh, I wonder if I ever did that. Hobbs beats Jericho. Hobbs beats Jericho. What a night for Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm tweeting right now to let people know that we're live. Awesome night watching wrestling compete head to head again. Watch along live with me and tweet along live with me. But isn't it amazing to watch somebody on my level write his own tweets? Like, did you ever think that you would see that? I'm just over here right now. You see these tweets come out and you're like, oh, this must be, coming from a team, the social media team. I'm writing my own tweets, okay? Pretty cool. I think pretty inside baseball. I also proofread my own tweets because sometimes I make typographical errors. Here we go, Booker T. This is badass, this Brutes versus Gallus match. I love Gallus. I'm a huge Gallus fan. Now, here's the risk that I was talking about. Jenna Jones says, your ego doesn't fit in my screen. I mean, it's amazing, right? You're probably like, I can't believe this guy writes his own tweets. This is a big deal. Yeah, I write my own tweets. Wild, huh? Sam Roberts is a jack of all trades and a master of each of them. I would agree with that. AEW still hasn't got a commercial. This is wild. They lied. They tricked us. They tricked NXT. They said, all right, we'll go half hour without commercials. And NXT is like, it's safe. We'll go to commercial. And AEW is like, we're going more than a half hour. Because now they're doing an Adam Cole, vignette, which these have been great. Adam Cole with Roddy and the Kingdom. And the Kingdom is taking care of Roddy while Roddy's in his neck brace, while Adam Cole is mowing the lawn for him, except Adam Cole is in a leg cast because he messed up his ankle. And poor Max is stuck in whatever city they're in. Gotta get these electrolytes in. But the risk is going to be that now, when AEW takes their first commercial break, NXT might not have to take a commercial break. You got to worry about the clicking. No clicking. No clicking. That's what Larry Sanders used to say. No clicking. Somebody's saying something looked off about the ending of the Jericho match. I mean, all right. Let me take a look. Technology rules. Tony Storm also being advertised. Just the fact that Tony Storm is on the show is being advertised as coming up later is really cool because the Tony Storm gimmick is awesome. All right, I'm watching the end of this Jericho Hobbs match. Jericho putting him in the walls as the Gallus boys are getting their bums whipped a little bit. Okay. Joe Kofi bringing it back. Okay, I'm seeing to kick out. Okay. Let me see the I might skip. Let's see. Slam. World's Strongest Slam. Not mad at that. I don't know if I see anything I don't know if I see anything particularly off. Let's see. World's Strongest Slam. Boom. Go for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, kick out. Oh, that wasn't the end. Another World's Strongest Slam. Okay. Hobbs beating him up. I mean, it looks a little scary because Hobbs is a scary guy. Yeah, I don't... He's hesitating a little before he pins him. He's got his knee on his face. I don't see anything. Yeah, no, I don't see anything off. I didn't personally see anything off. But, you know, again, I'm multitasking, and I hate multitasking. So that could be the issue. They haven't gone to a commercial break. Orange Cassidy's in the ring now. It's wild. Waiting for Phoenix. And the Gallus boys lost. The Gallus boys lost to the Brawling Brutes. Now, okay, that's Tyler Bate was on that team. So I guess that's not too bad. But yeah. So yeah, I guess that's a NXT win, but you got to make sure that I'm sure Dragunov is going to beat Dom Mysterio. So that'll probably be what it's all about. What do we got here? Oh, we're running a video package for Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Yeah. I think that's happening next week, right? Or is that happening in 2 weeks at Halloween Havoc? Maybe. Sadzilla says, did you see Tony Khan's promo on Nick Khan, LMAO? It's funny and also delusional. Is there a new one? Not the original one. I remember the original one. But did he do one today? I did not see it if it was done today. That's hilarious. Somebody posted a photo of 2 TVs on with me and Cody, and we're looking at each other. Yeah, man, AEW is 40 minutes in without a commercial break. That's awesome. Oh, night 1 of Halloween Havoc is when we're getting Becky versus Lyra. No. Hollywood said Mox and Ray are on right now. No. It's Phoenix and Orange Cassidy. Mox isn't on the show tonight. I guess he's not cleared, unfortunately. And I do think we'll get a title change, but I can't imagine they'll be able to go through this entire show or this entire match without doing a commercial. They're going to have to do a picture-in-picture at some point, right? Because otherwise you're looking at almost an hour commercial-free, which I feel like they would have advertised at the very last minute. Tegan Knox giving Lyra Valkyria the business. Oh, she's trying to get in that title match. She's going, you can't have a title match right now. I need a title match for myself. Yeah. Tegan Knox wants another shot. She couldn't get the job done last night. NXT is going to another commercial break. But coming up next, John Cena. This is smart. They got these guys on for multiple segments. John Cena is coming out next to address the WWE Universe. Meanwhile, AEW has not yet gone to commercial break, which I love. Bro. Less commercial, and we're still trending number 1 and 2. NXT and AEW Dynamite. If I was clever at all, I would have tried to come up with a hashtag for this, but we don't have one. Yeah, I think Orange Cassidy is hopefully going to win the title. And then this Friday, we have Triple H on SmackDown for the season premiere. So that means that, I guess, last week was the season finale, right? I mean, that's how seasons work, right? They didn't mention it, but without knowing it, last week was the season finale of SmackDown, which I hope we all enjoyed it. And this week is the season premiere. So that's very, very exciting. And it's not that often that we only get 6 days off season. That's pretty cool. Roman's going to be on SmackDown. Yes. Roman Reigns and Triple H. I saw some people when Paul Heyman showed up at the end of NXT last week, they were like, are we getting Roman on NXT? That's how you know Roman is Roman. Because they're like, we've got Undertaker and John Cena and Cody Rhodes and LA Knight and Asuka and everyone you can imagine on NXT. You got Roman Reigns? No, we don't got Roman Reigns. No. We don't got Roman Reigns. People are asking what The Undertaker is going to do tonight. And like I said, if you really want to contribute to the show, super chat in. All super chats get read tonight. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard, and I've had headphones on for part of the time, but I haven't heard any reference to The Undertaker, except, as we discussed at the top of the night, they were talking about his dong at the Fastlane press conference. And I think that's important. Jenna Jones is asking, what was Cody Rhodes' announcement? He had 3 announcements. First is that at the conclusion of the women's breakout tournament, they're going to do a men's breakout tournament. Second announcement was they're bringing back the Dusty Memorial Tag Team Classic. And the third announcement was he's actually the general manager for the entire night. And the main event is going to be Dirty Dom versus our world champion with LA Knight as the special guest referee. Ilya Dragunov, Dirty Dom, LA Knight is the special guest referee. And, Orange Cassidy just won the title without going to commercial break. That was not a long match. What happened there? That was a very short match. Is Phoenix hurt or is it a work? Let's see. Boom. Super kick to Orange Cassidy. Oh, it's a work. Okay. So Ray Phoenix is selling the back. He couldn't do his move. And then Orange Cassidy got the pin. Okay, well, that's a kick out, but he's still... Yeah, he's selling the back. Okay, all right. I was about to say, there's no way. If Ray Phoenix got injured in that match, they would just have to retire the title. It's a snake bit situation. But yeah, it was really quick. I wonder why they did that. Yeah, weird. Really odd. Very strange choice. Maybe there's so much other stuff going on. They just had to fit it in for time. But I don't know. Maybe they wanted it to be unexpectedly short because they're trying to do an angle where Phoenix is injured. But I don't know. Orange Cassidy, nevertheless, the international champion once again, which I think we all expected. Penta looking on in a suit and a mask. And AEW finally... What? AEW went to commercial break. Well, that's kind of funny with Tony Storm on the screen. That's a departure for AEW. Tony Storm is doing character work. I feel like RJ City got the pencil on that one. Tony Storm is doing character work in the split screen, which is great. I mean, what Tony Storm is doing now is amazing. But the fact that they didn't do that Orange Cassidy match and make it go a little longer and do it in the split screen, that's weird. Jesse says Tony bought an episode of Silk Stocking to air after the broadcast to really stick it to them. I think the order La Femme Nikita is what I heard. I heard he had the rights to La Femme Nikita. Either way, if I had a wrestling show and I was competing with WWE, I would 100% play the credits to Murder, She Wrote right before the show started. They're singing along with John Cena's music. They're going crazy for John Cena. They're so happy to see the man. The kids love him. The grown-ups love him. I love that we get to see John Cena live through this part of his career and just enjoy it. Yeah. He's saying NXT is not the future, it's the present. He's talking about the history that NXT is making on this very night. Let's see. Now we got a NXT Anonymous and Paul Heyman. Oh, that's fun. NXT Anonymous, the Twitter account, just posted a video of Paul Heyman talking about the bloodline with Ava Raine, a.k.a. The Rock's daughter. That is fun. That is fun. A little story element, right? Why isn't this person in the bloodline? The bloodline. They're not blood. Ava Raine is blood. She's in the Anoa'i family tree. That's super fun. I love that. I love the idea of Ava Raine joining the bloodline before Rock shows up. And Ava's on Roman's side. Looks like we got Wardlow in action. I don't know. Wardlow versus Cena is not the greatest battle. John Cena's talking about gratitude right now. Somebody in this chat just said AEW sooner or later will go out of business. First of all, as a fan, why would you want any wrestling promotion to go out of business? And second of all, sooner or later, every company will go out of business. That's the way businesses work. All companies will go out of business sooner or later. There's no reason not to root for the success of all wrestling, though. John Cena just coming out to put over NXT a little bit. Love it. Chain Gang Soldier, baby. And he's putting over Carmelo Hayes. Little prelude. So what headlines the night? Carmelo versus Braun Breaker? or Dom versus Ilya Dragunov. It looks like we're using the John Cena promo to get us to 9 o'clock. Braun Breaker is coming out to confront John Cena. You got to love that. That is fun. This is the theme of the night. I like things that are fun. Paul Heyman talking to Ava Raine about the bloodline, The Rock's daughter, is fun. Braun Breaker confronting John Cena is fun. These things are fun, and we're having fun. I think Wardlow just squashed a dude. Oh, and they're chanting Braun Breaker sucks. That's not cool at all. Yeah, Wardlow just destroyed a man and then left through the crowd. That's kind of mocks his gimmick. I don't think there's any reason for Wardlow to leave through the crowd. He's wearing a singlet. A man in a singlet walking through the crowd. Like, because where is he going? He's got to go back to the locker room to take a singlet off. When Jon Moxley walks through the crowd, he looks like he could just chill in the crowd. He's right where you're wearing cargo pants. But, I mean, Wardlow walking through the crowd with a singlet on, he's going to have to walk the whole loop and go to the locker room to take the ridiculous singlet off. He can't drive home in that. He's wearing wrestling boots. The former Jericho Appreciation Society is checking on their boy. After Jericho got beat up by Hobbs. And Hangman Page is in the ring now. Meanwhile, oh, poor Braun Breaker. He's in there cutting a promo with John Cena, and you can't hear half of his promo because the Orlando fans are cursing at him. And so they have to bleep out the cursing. So, promo like this. It's not cool. Asa Mary, watch along every Tuesday equals not hearing Booker. Why you gotta be toxic fan base? Why you gotta send in super chats that insult people? Why don't you just send in super chats going, how great is all this, huh? How much fun are we all having? We're having fun. This is fun. It's fun. They said they should have called up Michael Cole for this episode. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't. John Cena puts his hand out, respectfully wishes Braun Breaker good luck. Braun Breaker, he's not sure about shaking that hand. You know, Braun Breaker has never been one to care about respect. He just punched John Cena in the top of the head. He just punched John Cena in the top of the head. The greatest of all time just got laid out by the offspring of a Rex Steiner. Oh, Braun Breaker almost got his attitude adjusted. Braun Breaker was up in the attitude adjustment, escaped, and got out of the ring. But he still punched John Cena in the top of his head. John Cena did not adjust Braun Breaker's attitude, and Braun Breaker punched John Cena in the top of the head. How many men can say that they punched John Cena in the top of the head and live to tell the tale? Not many, but you can add Braun Breaker, the young legend, to that list. Yeah. Okay, Fallout Boy is singing to me now. They're on a full screen break. And AEW has taken like one commercial break so far. And we got a hell of a match now. Jay White versus Hangman Page. Bullet Club at ringside. Bullet Club Gold. That's dope as hell. I see in the chat, NXT is cooking. NXT is cooking. Some people said they're trying to give AEW a chance. I mean, look. We're getting great matches on the AEW show. You know, I mean, Hangman Page versus Jay White is a great match. And I would imagine they'll go to commercial break. This match won't be too long. Because they've got to, I mean, I would have done the MJF promo leading into the 9 o'clock hour. Okay, we're doing picture-in-picture on AEW. I mean, because what are people most looking forward to? If you're going to watch an AEW show, especially this show, I would think Bryan versus Swerve was the right way to start the show. I mean, I would have thought the Orange Cassidy Phoenix match would be a match to put in a top spot, but I thought it would be longer than 8 minutes. I thought it would be like a real match, so that's kind of out the window. The Edge match should go on last. Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus should absolutely go on last. But the MJF promo is what people tune in to see. So it's a little bit surprising that it looks like they're not going to lead in unless this Jay White Hangman Page match is going to end a lot more quickly than I think it is, because I don't think it's going to be done until at least, 9:10, 9:15? I mean, maybe it'll end with some interference and Max will cut his promo right away. I don't know. If you want to, if you're watching the show with us live on this watch along, super chat in. Every super chat will get read. I see the chat's moving. We're having a great time tonight. If this is something that you want, I don't think I've ever done this before, especially not on this channel. But if this is something that you like, if this is something you want us to do in the future, say it, leave it in a comment, put it in the chat. And if you want to make sure that your chat gets acknowledged, super chat it in, because every super chat is getting read tonight. You can count on that. I mean, AEW did start with the Christian promo, which is probably a good idea, because Christian rules right now. I'm getting requests to do this more. If you super chatted in telling me to do this more, it'd be a little more motivating, if you catch my drift. Huh? What do we got? Promo for the Royal Rumble going on? St. Petersburg? I wonder if that's the area John Cena lives in. I wonder if we're going to get a little John Cena ski at the Royal Rumble. Don't know. I would imagine the actor strike will be over way before then. The writer's strike ended. I would imagine the actor strike will be over very soon. So he may be pretty busy back at work after that. But who knows? Who knows? This isn't a super chat, but I'm going to read it anyway. It says, does anybody else think Sam looks a little bit like Stone Cold? That rules. Hey, look at Cody Rhodes getting to meet the family. I wonder what Cody Rhodes thinks of Stacks. Oh. Right. Oh, Dijak's in the background on that promo. Dijak just walked by the background. Sorry, I'm watching. I'm seeing what the family. Stacks and D'Angelo are pitching a battle royal to Cody Rhodes, but they're asking Cody Rhodes to make a match for Halloween Havoc, which I don't know if Cody Rhodes is. I mean, he's the GM tonight. I don't know if he's got full jurisdiction. Oh. Bada bing, bada boom, battle royal coming next week to NXT. Cody Rhodes is really taking advantage of his spot as the GM. Cody Rhodes just made a match. By the way, Baron Corbin on NXT. Can we give it up for a second for Baron Corbin doing some of the best work in his career right now? The way Christian's doing some of the best work in his career on AEW. Baron Corbin is doing some of the best work in his career on NXT right now. You see him coming to the ring as Ghost Rider on that last PLE. Forget about it. So Cody made the match for next week, which is the Tag Team Battle Royal, the Bada Bing Bada Boom Tag Team Battle Royal. And then the winner gets a Tag Team Championship match at Halloween Havoc. But Cody's only the GM tonight. I don't know why he thinks he's got that kind of jurisdiction, but apparently he's just going to keep it going until somebody stops him. Oh. Oh, I love that. Corbin is reminding the world. He beat Ilya Dragunov. Not that many people have beaten Ilya Dragunov, but Corbin did it. Why you always do this to Corbin? They always put Corbin in the spot to like get mocked. Corbin got interrupted by LA Knight's music. So I guess now we're going to start the 9 o'clock hour, not transition into the 9 o'clock hour, but begin the 9 o'clock hour with Dirthead Dom versus Ilya Dragunov. LA Knight is a special guest referee. Now, I would have to imagine that the way this match will finish will be with Baron Corbin interfering, thus getting Ilya very upset. However, Ilya will keep the championship and Dominic won't fully lose the title. You see what I'm saying? I mean, won't fully lose the match. He won't get the title, but he won't fully lose the match because it'll be like a schmozzy finish because Corbin will interfere. We got some super chats coming in. Super chat in. Every super chat will get acknowledged on the show. If you want your addition to the show to be a part of it, super chat it in, and it's guaranteed. By the way, they're advertising on AEW. Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus still to come as Jay White and Hangman Page tear it up. This is so cool. Tracy, WV88, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for getting me back into wrestling after 8 years by seeing your podcast 10 months ago on the Bloodline. That's wild. That's nuts. Me telling you how awesome the Bloodline story is, I guess led you to seeing the Bloodline story and being like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Hey, I want to thank you for being back into wrestling. That's a really great thing to say. Frostbite. Oh, the finger thing means taxes. Yes, please do more of these, please. Jenna Jones says, YouTube gets a chunk. I like this watch along. I appreciate you. Joe Compton, you should do this for every premium live event that you can. I know you do the pre-shows every once in a while. Well, I do all the NXT pre-shows these days. I don't know, man. Maybe Saturday pre-show, premium live events. If this is successful and you guys enjoy this, especially big deal Saturday premium live events. Because it is fun, and I do enjoy talking to you guys. Look at Ilya, knowing he's got the spot of a lifetime here. Getting to start the 9 o'clock hour against Dirty Dom. By the way, I think Dirty Dom should lose the D-Lo chest protector and just wrestle in the t-shirt. Just wrestle in the Dirty Dom t-shirt. Why wrestle in the bodysuit? You know, because he wears tights now with the fringes that kind of look like old school Eddie Guerrero tights. So, like, it's not like he's got a matching bodysuit to go with it. Oh, my God. LA Knight is refereeing in Timberlands and sunglasses. He's leaving the sunglasses, and he's got his vest on that says his name on it. Oh, my God. This is awesome. He's got his... See, this is the issue. You know, and they say there's certain referees that get a bad rap because they go, well, these referees are just there to get themselves over, right? These referees, they're whatever. They're distracting from the product. They're getting themselves over. Meanwhile, LA Knight comes out here with a referee shirt on, but he's got his vest on over it. He's wearing Timberlands. He's got his LA Knight sunglasses on, and the audience is chanting, yeah, yeah, while Dirty Dom and Ilya Dragunov are just trying to put on a show. Somebody just wrote this in. This is not a super chat, but it's a good question. How well-oiled is the WWE machine? Is it as slick as it looks from the outside? It's more well-oiled than that. You have no idea the level of detail that is paid attention to in WWE. It is mind-blowing. It is fascinating. It is something I love to be around. It is something I love to learn from. Whether things work or not, so much is done with intention and there's a reason we're doing it this way. There is so much at play. There are so many talented people there that are putting, they're not going to work. It's their passion. They're putting their all into every little element of every little thing that happens. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. It really is. It's more, there's so much that even if you're paying attention to every detail, you still accidentally end up taking stuff for granted. Like, just this show. Think about how many moving parts there are. Half these guys were on Raw. Some of these guys are giant stars. There are all these moving parts on a show that is this important because it is being directly competed against, head-to-head. And they're acknowledging the head-to-head competition, whether they're saying it or not, by booking this show full of stars. So they can't mess up. And this show is packed with stuff happening. And forget about it. No commercial breaks. We got to figure out how to flow between segments for the first half hour without commercial breaks. There's so much to it. That's, I think, one of the reasons I respect it so much. NXT went to picture-in-picture. Now, Mommy had LA Knight distracted. Did you tell LA Knight that you finally got some bass in your voice? Yeah, he was way out of line. But also, let's be honest. I was the first person LA Knight trashed in the WWE. It was Sam with hair. Okay? LA Knight has never trashed this version of Sam, and I don't think he would. Honestly, Sam with hair, with that receding hairline, I would have trashed that version of Sam. I get where LA Knight was coming from. This version of Sam, LA Knight and I would probably be on the same page. We have a lot of bass in our voice, and I don't think anybody thinks I'm an incel anymore. I wasn't an incel before, but looking at how I looked then, I could see where I could be confused with an incel. I kind of forgive him for that. Adam Page and Jay White are still going at it. Who's that? Bryce Remberg is your referee. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Sam Banks said, Dom, going to leave for a while, come back with new teeth and ditch that chest protector. Go on the run of runs. Yeah, that's... I mean, Dom is not too far away from Roman, right? Just turn heel. Sometimes just turn heel, and you'll be surprised. Just turn heel and lean into the way people see you. People saw Dom as kind of a wiener, so he turned heel and leaned into being a wiener, and now everybody loves him. People saw Roman Reigns as they were annoyed because he just won every match. So he turned heel and just leaned into the fact that, yeah, I'm going to win every match. Like every match. And now he's the greatest. That is the way to, that's the way to do it. Oh, where are we going? Buckshot? It looked like Hangman was going to try for a buckshot against Jay White, but Jay White saw it coming. Well telecasted. Well forecasted. Jay White saw it coming a mile away. The word is in. Sam looks better bald. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But you should have super chatted that. I read it because it was a good comment. But there was no guarantee that was going to get read out loud on the stream. I'm just saying. You want the guarantee, super chat it. I do want to watch this House of Villains show. But that's besides the point. Man, I love that LA Knight is bringing back Timberlands too. Like, his look, a vest, circle sunglasses, and Timberlands. Like, he looks amazing in 1991. He's the coolest guy that's ever lived in 1991. And for some reason in 2023, it's all working. Like, Once I get I need to get a little more confidence and maybe fill my shoulders out a little more. And then I'll probably start wearing a vest with circle sunglasses and Timberlands because it's a great look. It's just not one that you see too often in 2023. Yes, AEW has gone to commercial. AEW, they went about 43, 45, 47 minutes, something like that, without going to commercial. But now they're on commercial. They're back now though. Adam Page and Jay White having a pay-per-view quality match. Ilya Dragunov and Dom having a pay-per-view quality match. The fans are chanting, yeah, because they're so excited that LA Knight is the referee. And by the way, referee LA Knight was leading some LA Knight chants in there. So, add LA Knight to the list of referees that get themselves over. Sam Banks asks, have you watched Totally Killer yet? Need your thoughts. I haven't, but if you need my thoughts, I'll give them to you. I'll definitely check it out. Hot Dog says, Timberlands never left. What are you talking about, bro? You don't see Timberlands around anymore like that. Not like that. Not like you used to. I'm not saying that they look bad. You don't see Timberlands like you used to see Timberlands. When I went to DMX's yard sale, he had Timberlands in every color laid out. You don't see Timberlands like that anymore. That's not true. That's not true. I haven't seen anybody rock Timberlands the way LA Knight rocks Timberlands in 10 years, at least. Probably more. Abraham is super chatting in, just saying, I appreciate you. Hashtag not asking for Mount Rushmores. I appreciate that. I appreciate you following the rules and just being cool. Come on. Tormenta says LA Knight literally has Harlem streetwear on. First of all, stop standing LA Knight for just a second. I've been to Harlem. Nobody wears light blue jeans that are tight with Timberlands and leather vests in Harlem. That's not a Harlem look. What are you talking about? Hot Dog, take a picture. You live in Harlem. Take a picture walking down the street of all the people who look like LA Knight and send it to me to prove me wrong. You can't just say things. Okay? I love Timberlands. I would know it if I saw them. You can't just say, hey, everybody in Harlem wears skin-tight, light blue jeans and Timberlands with leather vests. What are you talking about? That's not happening. Epsilon Sama says, thanks for reading my question on chat and good answer. I appreciate you, dude. All right. Kyle says, yes, they do. All right. And then the steamer says, you must not be going to the right spot, Sam. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I hope Hot Dog does send me a picture of look at all these cool dudes that look like LA Knight in Harlem. And I'm going to be like, oh, you're all right. All right. All right. You were right on that one. Okay. MJF coming out for a promo now. I'm going to see what MJF is saying to Jay White, who's walking around with MJF's title, by the way. Hang on. I got to turn Booker down a little bit. Booker's shouting at me. I'm trying to hear MJF and Jay White. All due respect to Booker. I love Booker. Yeah. LA Knight on one screen, MJF on the other. That's wild, dude. See, they're asking MJF or Ilya what to do. This is a great question. This is why it's so good being a wrestling fan right now. Oh, he's calling it the Bang Bang Belt. Jay White said it is the Triple B. It's the Bang Bang Belt. the fans are cursing on AEW. They don't delete those guys. By the way, the fact that Ilya can still work at the rate that he works and get himself over while everybody's cheering for LA Knight just tells you how badass that dude is. Ilya Dragunov rules, and he is worrying mommy right now. Yep. Who's that? Oh, LA Knight just boom. JD McDonough trying to get involved in this match, and LA Knight was not having it. Mommy trying to get involved. Nope. Oh. Trick Williams is about to whoop that trick. Oh. Corbin did not interfere. I was wrong on that one after all that interference. LA Knight stopping JD McDonough from coming in. Trick Williams stopping Rhea Ripley from coming in. Ilya Dragunov is able to get the pin on Dominic Mysterio, and Ilya Dragunov is your winner and still NXT champion with LA Knight. With everybody saying LA Knight raises his hand in the air. That's a good look. MJF is talking about how he's worried about his friend Adam Cole. It's exciting. Oh. MJF said the title is not a belt. The title is his legacy. Oh, now Corbin's coming out. Now Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Oh. Remember I told you I saw Dijak in the warehouse? Dijak just took out Ilya Dragunov while Baron Corbin was headed to the ring. And Dijak looked at Corbin and said, I beat you to it. He's mine. Oh, John Cena is talking strategy with Carmelo Hayes. That's a good brain to pick. I hope Carmelo gets some real time to actually talk to John Cena. Like, not on camera conversations, but like real conversations. Because John Cena is a freaking genius. Hanging out with that guy talking about wrestling is like, there is nothing like it. Oh, Trick Williams meeting John Cena. Trick is the future, baby. I'm a big Trick Williams guy. Okay, so if I'm AEW right now, I'm paying off this devil mask thing tonight. Jay White saying, I'm not giving you your title back. He stole the title from MJF. He's saying, I'm not giving it back. Oh. Oh, boy. Over on the other show, Trick Williams. Oh, my gosh. So much is going on NXT right now. Trick Williams just went and said, hey, John Cena, when did you know it was your time? Like, going like, oh, maybe Trick is done being on the side of Carmelo Hayes all the time. Then they showed the thing we were talking about earlier, the Twitter video of Paul Heyman talking to Ava Raine about the bloodline. And now I know, oh, who is getting out of this car? Jade Cargill is here. Jade Cargill just showed up to NXT. Again, the outfits that this lady wears when she drives around. Oh, now she gets to meet Shawn? Oh, my God. Can you imagine DX just rolling out the red carpet for you wherever you go? On one end of the spectrum, Triple H is rolling out the red carpet. Then 2 days later, Shawn Michaels is rolling out the red carpet. DX is just like, hey, we're so happy you're here. Whoa. And Lola Vice is getting a little opportunity ski, huh? This is a big show for Lola Vice to get on. They must be pretty confident in her. Okay. The next match is Danny Palmer versus Lola Vice, first round of the women's breakout tournament. Okay. I'm with it. I'm anxious. We'll see. Maybe Jade Cargill sitting in the front row just watching. MJF is yelling at the Bullet Club. Oh, we just got a super chat come in, by the way. Super chat, if you want to guarantee that you'll get on the show, super chat in. Joe Compton, what if Randy Orton... Oh, just kidding, Sam. I know the rules. Keep up the great work. You should dress like L.A. Knight on the Sam Roberts Wrestling podcast before Halloween. That's actually a pretty great idea. If I take you, I might take you up on that. Yeah. You think I can pull it off? I think I could pull it off. I think it would... yeah, it might be a funny thing to do. Let me see. What day is Halloween? I mean, look, I'm all about these clicks, and I feel like that would get clicks. Halloween's on a Tuesday. That means the podcast would come out Monday. That might be a good look, dude. That might be a real good idea. That might be... if I do it, just know, you and that super chat get all the credit for it, Joey. This is really interesting. They're doing these Tony Storm silent films as the picture-in-picture during the commercial breaks. It's a choice. I like Tony Storm. I like Tony Storm. I would definitely do it once. We'll see. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Yeah, they did the quarter thing on AEW. I don't know if now is the time to do it. I saw Juice Robinson holding the quarter rolls. I mean, bro, if you're going to do that story... Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. So they're not throwing the quarters. You got to be careful, but so it's actually a pretty smart way, I think, to get around it. I mean, I don't know if, especially right now, it's the smartest thing to do, but I think the idea is he's not throwing the quarters. He said he was going to put the roll of quarters in his hand and knock him out. It's just he's sensitive about the quarters because of the anti-Semitism that he had to deal with growing up. We'll see how it pans out. We'll see. I mean, yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying it's kind of going pretty far for heat, and it's not real heat. Look, yeah, I mean, the problem is that, like, I would definitely think... Although, he says Juice has had that gimmick for a while. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean... I feel like that's something that should be done, though. They should reference that in a blood feud, and they should reference that in a rivalry that has gotten so hot that that's how far you're going, not just in hey, these are the newest challenger. This is the newest challenger for the title, and that's not even the guy who's challenging him. I don't know. I have to watch it without headphones on to really give a judgment on it. Oh. Cody Rhodes is back on screen with Baron Corbin. Point is, you could have done it, I think, without a roll of quarters. But he has done it before. He has used a roll of quarters before, so it's not crazy. What do we got here? It looks like a little... Of course, it's 9:27. We got a little women's action on AEW. Hikaru Shida coming out. And by the way, women's action on NXT too. That's very strange. Corbin is politicking at Cody Rhodes right now because Cody Rhodes as they got to get a full-time GM for NXT because a guy shows up and he's just GM for one day. He's GM for one day, and everybody's going up to him going like, can I talk to you about the next 6 months of matches? Can I talk to you about the rest of my career, please? He's like, I'm just here for tonight, dude. I'm gone tomorrow. Who's she got? Oh, Saraya. Some of the NXT guys are giving Dom a hard time. Nathan Frazier. What did I say? Nelson? Nathan Frazier. I think he might have called him a massive dong, which if that is the case, he's probably listening to the show. Oh, low battery. Better. Give it the old charge ski. I'm going to have to turn that off to charge up the computer that I'm actually watching the show on. You guys don't mind. Super chat in, by the way, guys. I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys tonight. We're watching NXT and AEW head-to-head. Two massive shows, two wrestling companies doing everything they can to get eyeballs on the product, which is the exact scenario that we as fans want these companies to be in. We want companies fighting for eyeballs because that's when they're going to give us the absolute best content imaginable. And so we're just experiencing it together. If you want to jump on board, if there's something you in the chat that you want me to acknowledge or address, every super chat is guaranteed to get read / acknowledged here on this Notsam Wrestling Watch Along. Somebody said HBK should be the GM. Not going to lie. He's too busy trying to make sure that Jade Cargill has the red carpet out for her. So is the Undertaker showing up? It's 9:30 already. We got 30 minutes left. Although they will go into overtime, I'm sure. Who do you think will have more overtime? AEW or WWE? I think they'll definitely be competing. I mean, at that point, I don't know how quarter hours really work. It's Title Tuesday over on AEW, so we're getting Saraya defending the Women's Championship against Hikaru Shida. A little brawling between the two women competing for that AEW Women's Championship. On the other show, NXT here. First round women's breakout tournament. Danny Palmer versus Lola Vice. Valerie Loretta, she used to be known as. She came in and did Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. She came in and did our show. Oh, and there's a shot of the room that everybody's watching in. They're just like, yo, I just heard the show's going to be awesome. Up next, it says Carmelo Hayes. I guess it says Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker is next. Oh. Oh, man. They're closing with Undertaker. I don't know. Somebody's asking if Nikita Lyons was in the room. I didn't see, but I didn't. I was, looking at 100 things. We got somebody. Oh, Ruby Riott exposed. Ruby Riott coming out. Oh, in a black mask with spray paint. Hikaru Shida caught her, revealed her to be Ruby Riott, and then spray painted her. What? Tony Storm is hitting Ruby Riott with a shoe. Who throws a shoe? Honestly. Why is Tony Storm officially beating up Ruby Riott? Or Ruby Soho, I'm sorry. Oh my God, she's beating her up into the crowd, but it caused the distraction, confusing Hikaru Shida. Oh, I thought Danny Palmer had just beaten Lola Vice. That would have surprised me. Big kick from Lola Vice. Knocks her out. Goes for the cover. And 3. Lola Vice advances on to the second round of the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. She's worn out, but she's still dancing. She may have gone through a battle, but her hips won't stop. Meanwhile, even though it was her teammate getting attacked by, I guess, her former now teammate, Tony Storm attacking Ruby Soho, it distracted Hikaru Shida long enough for Saraya to get the advantage. Saraya, during this picture-in-picture commercial break, is all over Hikaru Shida. Oh, Chase University. Chase University getting a little spot ski on the big NXT. That's good. That's good for Chase University. I like that. Oh, bad girl, Thea Hale. Is she back? Oh, she wants JC to join Chase U. Chase U is not sure about that. Oh, he's teaching about Halloween Havoc. I wish I could have taken a class in college that just taught Halloween Havoc. I would like to teach a class. That would be great. I could be a professor. If I could teach a class about Halloween Havoc, I would be a professor. Oh, Aslan, I want to thank you for your very first super chat on a live stream. The first time he's ever super chatted. I appreciate it. Danny Palmer, she's not too bad. Definitely WWE because a bunch of superstars are at the PC. Just want to remind it's Ruby Soho. I forgot for a second. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, if you want lots of good comments in the chat coming through. This is a lot of fun. If you want, I'll read any super chat that you send in. If you want me to acknowledge your comment, go ahead and super chat it in and let me know if you'd like me to keep doing these things. If you're watching later, leave it in the comments. For big events like this, and I feel like the way wrestling is going nowadays, we're only going to get more nights like this. We're only going to get more nights where it's like earth-shattering stuff. It's a cool time. This Andre Chase is not sure about this JC, but he wants to keep Thea Hale in his good graces. So here's what's going to happen on NXT. Oh, we got the Paul Heyman Bron Breaker. Yeah. Paul Heyman is bringing up the lineage. Paul Heyman is talking about the family ties of one Bron Breakker. Oh, boy. Mm-hmm. Whoa, Paul Heyman wants to see Bron Breakker in the main event of WrestleMania, he says. Letting that hair go gray because he didn't know what to do with himself without Roman Reigns. He's panicking. Mm-hmm. Oh, Bron Breakker says he'll take out Carmelo. He'll take out John Cena. He'll break everybody. You know, it would have been interesting, and maybe now is not the time because it would have complicated things too much when Paul Heyman was at ringside. Whoa! That's why I was going to say it would have been interesting if Bron Breakker said he would take down Roman Reigns, but Bron Breakker goes, I don't care who it is. I'll take out Carmelo Hayes. I'll take out John Cena, put him in front of me, and I'm going to break him. And he walks out of the room. And then Paul Heyman picks up his phone and says the bloodline on it. And he says, call Roman Reigns. That's badass. Paul Heyman is out here recruiting. Paul Heyman is out here. Paul Heyman is not ready to go quietly into the night. Paul Heyman ain't finished yet. He's out here recruiting, dude. Okay, we're going to a commercial break. We're going to do Carmelo versus Bron Breakker. What's the commercial break going to be? 4 minutes, say. Right? 3-4 minutes. So that puts us back around 42 after the hour. By the time Bron Breakker is in the ring, that puts us at about 45. There's no way, if they're going to 10:07, 10:08, I just don't see this being a 25-minute match. I don't see this being a 20-minute match. I don't see it happening. I see it being 10 to 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes, say. Because what's going to happen is they're going to close with The Undertaker. We've forgotten The Undertaker's going to come out. They are going to close with The Undertaker. And they are going to make sure that they are the show that you begin on with Cody, and they are the show that you end on with The Undertaker. And I doubt The Undertaker will even say anything. I think The Undertaker's musical hit. I think The Undertaker will acknowledge. Here's the way it's going to go. Okay. Carmelo beats Bron Breakker. Paul Heyman helps Bron Breakker leave, right? I can't believe we lost. That's okay. That's okay, Bron. That's okay, Bron. He's helping him to the back. John Cena shakes Carmelo's hand, lifts his arm up. We hear it. The Undertaker's dong. There's the Undertaker's dong, the dong that we've been looking for. Undertaker's dong hits. Undertaker comes out. He acknowledges John Cena. But he does for Carmelo Hayes what he did for John Cena. He gives Carmelo Hayes the Undertaker handshake. And then he raises Carmelo Hayes' hand in victory. Undertaker puts over Carmelo Hayes. And that is how this episode of NXT ends. We're sitting here, we're competing. At that point, what we'll be competing with is Edge getting his first victory in AEW. How do we compete with that? Have The Undertaker come out and acknowledge Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, dude. We're speculating wildly here. We are speculating wildly. But this is the way I see it happening. We got another title change on AEW. I don't know about this. We're playing pass around with that women's championship. Hikaru Shida just won the women's championship again. Paige won the women's championship at the end of August at AEW All In. And here we are at the beginning of October, 6 weeks later, you want to say? and Saraya loses the AEW Women's title to Hikaru Shida. I can't say I fully understand that. I mean, it seems like the move would be to keep that title on Saraya and have Toni Storm going after it, unless you don't want Toni Storm going after the title, unless the idea is that Toni Storm is going to be a top act but not the champion. So now you can have Saraya versus Toni Storm, and you can have Hikaru Shida versus somebody else. I think Saraya is looking for where her teammates are. She's leaving the ring with her hands up going, what the HE double hockey sticks just happened? Joe Compton says, Adam Copeland and The Undertaker are renewing an old rivalry. That's right. That's right. And I think you're right. I think we're going to end NXT with Undertaker's dong. If you've got the ability to use The Undertaker's dong, why aren't you going to close your show with it? You know what I'm saying? Of course you know what I'm saying. We got a commercial going on for the SmackDown season premiere. Let's see what the trends look like. Where are we at? NXT still number 1. Dynamite still number 2. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Let's see what people are saying. Seems like people are happy for Shida. People love Shida. First ever 3-time AEW Women's Champion. We got a little Pillman vignette. Pillman vignette. He's watching the Bloodline. He's watching Von Wagner. So here's what's going on with the Pillman vignettes. Oh, now he's watching Brian Pillman. He's watching Brian Pillman. I'm listening to Pillman Jr. This is awesome. This is really awesome. He looks exactly like Pillman. They've got his hair like Pillman. Okay. He's... Oh. Wow, he doesn't say... Oh, this is interesting. That's a... Oh. Okay, see, that was a great promo. I'm sorry that I wasn't saying anything for a while, but I'm sorry, that was a Freudian slip. Pillman Jr. just dropped a great vignette, and if you look through, I was gonna say, if you look through everybody that he was watching on the TV, he was looking at all second-generation people. He was looking at Jey Uso. He was looking at Solo Sikoa. He was looking at Von Wagner. He was looking at Randy Orton. It was all second-generation people. And he came on and he goes, I mean, he looks exactly like his dad. And they've styled his hair to look more like his dad. He's wearing a t-shirt like his dad. And he's saying, I don't want people to see my dead father when they look at me. He's saying he's not connected to his father. He lost his father when he was 4. He has no regard for his father. He says he doesn't even want to be a wrestler. But the fact of the matter is that he's tried other things and the industry keeps sucking him back in. So now he's going to inflict punishment on the industry. You know, there were rumors going around that he was going to change his name. People were outraged by it. They didn't like it. They said, I can't believe they're going to change this guy's name. But they've worked it into a story. He said, that's my father. I lost him when he was 4. That's Brian Pillman, my father. But the man who raised me his last name was King. And now that's my last name as well. And the thing goes off. And you're like, I guess his name is Lexus King. Every time a name has changed, people have been like, this is going to be terrible. People hated Butch. People hated Gunther. People hated Bron Breakker. People spazzed out about all of them. And now it's like, what else would you call these people? Now it's like, yeah, that's their name. So, you know, I liked it. I like the fact that he's got the... Well, why isn't he going by Pillman Jr.? And there's actually a reason. Why isn't he just called Brian Pillman Jr.? Well, here's why. It's part of his story. It's part of the story that we're getting. It's great. Paul Heyman doing one of his Paul Heyman intros. Oh, there's MJF. Bro, for a second, right now on television right now, this is so fun. We love fun. This is fun. MJF and Paul Heyman are on opposite television screens right now. In prime time, on basic cable, MJF is on one screen and Paul Heyman is on the other screen. If 2023 wrestling is not the best timeline that we've ever experienced, I don't know what is. Man, and Paul Heyman putting some stank on it. Paul Heyman putting everything he had into that Bron Breakker intro. Bad ass Bron Breakker. Billy Gunn's going to have something to say about that, but badass Bron Breakker. I don't mind it. Especially the way Paul says it. The Acclaimed and are offering their services to MJF as team members, and MJF says no way. You know, it might on paper seem like, why are they taking this Max Caster Twitter storyline with MJF onto television? But it really does serve the greater purpose of MJF having difficulties trusting people and MJF having difficulties making friends with people. The fact that Max Caster clearly wants to be MJF's friend, but MJF still can't let people in. Let me in is amazing. Oh, looks like I'm behind a little bit on the super chat. We got another super chat coming in. If you want your and now we're starting the Edge Christian match. I'm sorry, Adam Copeland Christian. If you want your chat acknowledged, acknowledge me. Super chat it in. Every super chat will get read. The Hustler Rick Reese. Hey, One Take Sammy. Thanks for helping me keep up with both shows while I get my kids ready for bed. Please keep doing these for big shows. Appreciate that, buddy. But they're all big shows now. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Christian versus Edge. I meant Luchasaurus versus Edge, obviously. But I'm interested to see, like, what Edge's attire looks like. And I don't know if I'll hear it because I'll have headphones on. I'm talking to you all. But I'm also interested in what Adam's finisher is going to be called, what the execution is going to be called. I mean, the spear will still be the spear. But yeah, I think they called it the Copelocution, right, on Collision. Anthony Bowen said Max is acting kind of sus. It's awesome. Oh! Carmelo Hayes was just flying like Superman. Just watch. Edge beating Luchasaurus is going to happen simultaneously with The Undertaker entering the NXT arena, and it's going to be wild. Oh, Christian is insulting the local sports teams of all the dastardly things somebody can do. I don't believe that. By the way, shout out to some of you on Twitter. I'm looking at your multi-screen setups, allowing you to truly watch the product. This one from Cool Beans 316 with 3 laptops open. With me, AEW, and NXT on the TV. That's great. I love it. I love it, dude. Don't forget to super chat in. Every super chat gets acknowledged. Here on Notsam Wrestling Live, our first watch along experience. Because it's a head-to-head battle. It's just so exciting. NXT versus AEW. And NXT is just pulling out every trump card they can possibly find. It's so awesome. And AEW is putting on every great match they can possibly figure out. It's just fun. It's fun. And we like fun. Oh, this is awesome. Hot Dog just sent me the 3-monitor situation he's got going on. 3 legal streams he's got going on. 3 beautiful men. Look at that. MJF, Paul Heyman, and yours truly. Just broadcasting their little hearts out. Just talking to the masses, huh? Beautiful, Hot Dog. I love it. I love it. I'm going to write it back. I love it. Okay, so now Christian is saying he was held back in the Edge Christian team, even though he was clearly, he says, the more talented of the two. Steamer, you're right. Christian rules. This is the best work of Christian's career, and he's had some great work. Christian is awesome right now. Oh, Paul Heyman with the insane facial expressions right now. In that picture-in-picture, it is nuts. How about Christian getting 2 lengthy promos on one of the more important AEW Dynamites ever? That's amazing. Oh. Christian just says, you want to get the tag team back together, Adam, when the fact is, you need me. I don't need you. Christian is threatening to have Luchasaurus end Edge right now. Adam Copeland. Before Adam Copeland even starts, Christian is going to have him ended. He's telling the crowd to quiet down a little bit. I get it. Oh my God. He's threatening to be the new father to Edge's children. This is insane. Oh, Edge has had enough. I'm sorry, Adam Copeland. I keep calling him Edge. Nick Wayne grabs Adam Copeland's ankle. Luchasaurus, if they pin Adam Copeland immediately. Okay, he's got a whole new look, a whole new aesthetic. I thought we might see this. Adam is vested out. The vest looks like it was a vest made of the coat. You know, the buttons and stuff look the same. He's got all new tights. It looks like, I don't know, a really cool design. He's leaning into the rated R thing. Maroon and forest green. It's like skulls with an A on top. Obviously, A for Adam. Yeah, it's like similar, but quite different. This is clearly a different thing. And I'm not shocked, because even if you looked at like the street clothes, and Adam pays attention to stuff like this. Adam is a detail guy. If you look at the street clothes he was wearing, like he wasn't wearing sneakers anymore. Like his street clothes looked different on AEW than they did in WWE. Adam is finding it in his soul, and Luchasaurus is embarrassing Adam Copeland. Oh, grand opening, grand closing as Luchasaurus takes it to Adam Copeland. And 30 seconds into his AEW career, Luchasaurus tombstones him for a count of 2. Christian is sitting on a folding chair at the top of the ramp. This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. They're wondering if the A on the skull stands for Anarchy. It's not the Anarchy logo. It's an A with a circle around it, but it's not the Anarchy logo. I think it's for Adam. His name's Adam. You know, he used to have tights with E's on him. He was Edge. Now he's Adam. Adam starts with A. And yeah, it should have been a super chat too. Super chat in, guys. Super chat in, hit like on the video, leave comments, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We'll have more videos coming this week. Definitely after the show tonight, check out this week's podcast where we talked all about Adam coming into AEW. We talked, that was last week. This week was, the press conference, yeeting. We talked about CM Punk rumors in WWE. We talked about all that stuff. So make sure if you haven't watched this week's podcast yet, you can give it a watch after our live stream tonight. Luchasaurus. It's all Luchasaurus right now. It's all Saurus. It's all Dino. And it looks like, Paul Heyman looks very, very invested in Bron Breakker. Paul Heyman is responding to Bron like he's a client. Very invested. Whereas John Cena looks unimpressed. Oh, Bron Breakker is getting ready to do the 5-knuckle shuffle. Nah, shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it, Bron. Too much hubris, Bron Breakker. He spent the time trying to send a message to John Cena instead of focusing on the opponent that was right in front of him. And what does the opponent do? Find the weakness, get up, and kick him right in his teeth. Boom, stinger splash onto Bron Breakker. His uncle and his dad know all about that. Carmelo Hayes now setting him up for a big suplex that Bron Breakker doesn't quite get to. Boom. Does not get to reverse and ends up flat on his face for a 2 count. Meanwhile, Edge is trying to figure out how to come back. How to come back from this attack. How to come back from everything that Luchasaurus, this onslaught that Luchasaurus is unleashing onto him, while Christian looks on, I want to say concerned, but it's probably more accurate to say in a very interested way. I don't think there's much for Christian to be concerned about right now, as this match has been all Luchasaurus ever since Nick Wayne came in with that interference early in the match. Meanwhile, Bron Breakker setting up Carmelo for that superplex, but Carmelo won't have it. Boom. Oh my gosh, Bron Breakker running to the top, and then that doesn't have to look pretty to be effective. And nope, only 2. Only 2 for Bron Breakker. There are theories, AEW, both shows are going to go over 2 hours. NXT goes over 2 hours every week, so that's not a shock. But both shows are going over 2 hours. The question will be how long. And you wonder if they are purposely, do both of these shows have the leeway? They're going to a commercial break at 1 after the hour? That's weird. They're going to AEW is going to a picture-in-picture commercial break in overtime, which is very strange. All right, so I guess Luchasaurus is going to beat up Edge in a commercial break after the show was supposed to already be over. Oh! Looks like we got a Schmotsky. Solo Sikoa's on NXT. Solo's on NXT now. Solo Sikoa and John Cena. Oh, I hope they're going to do this singles match. Solo Sikoa versus John Cena is a singles match I need. Oh, boy. Carmelo Hayes drops Braun Breaker. This could be at 2 and 3. Now, John Cena has left. Solo Sikoa chased off John Cena. So we're not going to get... But I still think we're going to get The Undertaker. Embracing Carmelo Hayes. There's no way they're done. I'm waiting for that dong. Oh! Braun Breaker speared Carmelo Hayes. Now, what if we get some physicality? What if Undertaker comes out and tombstones Braun Breaker? If he says he doesn't respect anybody, oh, he's going to like call out whoever, and the Undertaker comes out? Oh. Oh, there's only one badass, the American Badass. There's only one badass. He said there's only one badass. Oh, there's the dong. There's the dong. You knew it was coming. He said there's only one badass. The American Badass. Tormenta says it. Hot Dog says it. Give me that dong. Hit those super chats. We just got the dong. The American Badass is here. Oh, this is genius. That's why Paul Heyman put all that stank on Badass Braun Breaker's name. It's not because this is going to be the new Braun Breaker. It's because we're about to hit Kid Rock. And Booger Red is about to ride in here on a Harley. There he is, baby. The Undertaker is in the Performance Center. The Undertaker is here. My God. This rules. I told you, Luchasaurus is beating up Edge, and The Undertaker has heard enough. Booker T just saying what's up to his dog. What's up, dog? Ha ha ha. I remember you. Oh, this is awesome. The Undertaker showing up. Are we going to get physicality? Please tell me. I love physicality. I love fun and physicality. What do I watch wrestling for? Fun and physicality. So far, we've had a lot of fun. And by the way, this is fun. This is fun. But it's not physicality. Are we getting that too? We got Undertaker's dong and we got Kid Rock on a show. Come on, dude. It doesn't get better than that. Oh, physicality. Oh, physicality. Oh, physicality. It's fun. Stop cursing, NXT idiots. Braun, don't talk. Let him curse. Do you call him an old timer or old tiger? Probably old timer. Oh, Braun is stepping to the Taker. Oh, he took that mic. Shh. And he ripped the mic flag off because he's the American Badass. And badasses don't use mic flags. You see any mic flag on this? No. Badass. And he says he's been watching you for a long time. I knew your daddy. He says he's going to be a special talent one day. I knew your daddy. I wish he'd say that. I knew your daddy. Oh, it ain't today, he said. You're not very special today. Oh, he punched him in his face. That's physicality. That counts, baby. Physicality. He punched him in the face. Undertaker just punched Braun Breaker in the face. Oh, we're getting real physicality. We're getting a choke slam. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Oh, he's doing a chokeslam face. Oh, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. He's going up and down. Physicality. Oh, yes. 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 That was awesome. Undertaker. What else you got to say, dead man? What else you got to say? Nobody's even checking that clock. You enjoy yourself in there, dead man. I knew your daddy. Boom. He never actually said that, but I want to say it enough times so that you guys remember this night as the night he told Bron Breakker I knew your daddy. He's going to say I knew your daddy. Young fella, he said, I knew your daddy. Say it. Yeah. Yeah. Older. Bigger. Badder. Badass. Waiting around the corner. I knew your daddy. Oh, you just met the baddest of them all, he said. Oh, I love it. You know what? I love it. Yeah, I love it. Oh, and he's bringing Carmelo Hayes up, giving Carmelo Hayes the big hug ski. Oh. Carmelo Hayes thought he was going to get the arm raise, but they mixed up. They mixed signals there. Oh, beautiful. 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 Give that man his moment. Give that man his moment. You know what? Sometimes it's about the old timers coming in and putting over the new guys. And then other times it's about the old timers just getting to get in there and do it one more time. We just got a super chat. And if you haven't super chatted in yet, oh, Hot Dog is losing his mind in the chat right now because we heard it. Radio edit. It's the best part of the American Badass song. Hey, what do you say? He goes, I'm gonna, you can roll with rock or you can radio edit. That's the American Badass I know. Oh, that was great. That was all about just giving the Undertaker some flowers. You know what my favorite part about the developmental NXT show is? When the Undertaker comes in and beats up everybody. I love that. I love that. I love seeing the new talent get beat up by the Undertaker. I would watch that every week. Hey, guess what? We got the next guy. And on NXT this week, Undertaker's going to kick his ass. I would watch it every week. I love it. Love it. Frostbite, super chatting in. And super chat in, guys. Let's get some super chats going. And he just simply says, now get in the pit and try to love someone. That's Ball with the Ball. That's not American Badass. But I bet Undertaker listens to Ball with the Ball too. Undertaker rules. Oh, so Reggie in my Discord on Patreon says, so we got Undertaker to sucker punch Braun, and he's upset about it. Bro. I'll always watch the Undertaker punch someone in the face. That's a good point. Somebody in the chat says they trusted Braun Breaker with Taker. WWE sees big things with him. I agree with that. And I'm not putting down Ball with the Ball, Frostbite. I'm just saying. It's a different song than the one he came out to. It's not American Badass. But I love it. Meanwhile, hopefully Edge gets some eyeballs now. Because we're now 10 minutes after the hour. And this match is still going. They're just like, we'll go till whenever. Man, NXT was a great show, dude. There's a prediction that it's Cena versus Solo at Crown Jewel. I hope so, man. I had said that I think we're going to, the end of Cena's run will be a Crown Jewel match. And Solo would be perfect. Yeah. Christian's getting a little concerned because Adam has finally mounted some offense against the great threat of Luchasaurus. They've done a good job of making Luchasaurus come across like a real threat. You know, I think that the last thing that they want, even though everybody. Oh, okay. Nick Wayne is distracting the official. Christian came with the title. Adam knocked out Luchasaurus with the title. Throws it to Christian. Knocks out Nick Wayne. Bryce Remberg doesn't see anything. Bryce Remberg's like, hey, what are you doing with that title, Christian? Luchasaurus is confused. Edge hit him from behind. He thinks Christian hit him. Why would Christian hit you, dude? Obviously, Edge hit you. Dumb dinosaur. Boom! Spear! 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 On this day, I see clearly. Edge wins. Don't you love it? It's 2023, and we got Braun Breaker and Luchasaurus eating pins to Edge and The Undertaker. The way it should be. That's awesome. That's awesome. Adam Copeland is 1-0 in AEW, and Nick Wayne just came in and cut the knee out right from under him. That's terrible, Nick Wayne. That's terrible. If you've been considering a super chat, you better super chat now, because we're running out of time, folks. This night has gone very quickly with you, though. Oh, Bryan Danielson coming in now. Bryan Danielson coming in to help Adam Copeland. Are we going to see a Bryan Danielson, Adam Copeland team? Are we going to see some kind of unity between the Blackpool Combat Club and Adam Copeland? Who's this coming in to help him now? Yes, it's the rest of the BCC. We've got Claudio and Wheeler, Utah, coming in to help Adam Copeland. And who's this? Oh, and this is the Mogul Embassy coming in now to attack the BCC. Okay, so maybe we won't see a unity between Adam Copeland and the BCC, but I tell you, he's going to wake up. Adam Copeland is laid out. He hasn't gotten up yet. But when he wakes up, he's going to see the Christian family, the BCC, the Mogul Embassy, all fighting each other in that ring and have no idea what's going on. It'd be cool if Edge... And now Swerve and Hangman Page are fighting? What is this, a Royal Rumble go-home show? Everybody's out here. Nick Wayne eats a spear and the camera misses it. Come on, guys. Camera was close up on Christian tapping out to Bryan Danielson. They missed Nick Wayne eating the spear. I don't know. I think we're going to get some unity between Bryan Danielson and Edge. That's cool. And we're left with the image of Christian tapping out to Bryan Danielson, the man who will challenge Christian for the AEW TNT Championship this Saturday. Man, what a night, huh? What a night. I will tell you, people will have their favorite show. I think both shows over-delivered. Watching both in this environment, right? Just the fact that I'm watching two shows at the same time, it's tough to judge them. But doing it while hanging with you guys, I would say that both Dynamite and NXT over-delivered on two shows that promised a lot. So that's saying a lot. That's quite a compliment, I think. On Dynamite, I mean, from Bryan Danielson and Swerve, the Edge match was great. New women's champion, new international champion. It was a big episode of Dynamite. Then you got NXT. And not only did they deliver everybody that was in that commercial, but then Jade Cargill, who loves driving to buildings and not participating in the show. It's her favorite thing to do. Jade Cargill appearance, Solo Sikoa appearance, LA Knight appearance, Lola Vice advancing in the tournament. What a completely fun night. We got two things tonight. Two things that I love in professional wrestling. Fun, a lot of fun, and physicality. Because I watched The Undertaker punch a dude in the face tonight. And I love when The Undertaker punches dudes in the face. And then he chokeslammed the same dude after he punched him in the face. And it was freaking awesome. If there was a moment on one of the shows that you really loved, super chat it in now, and I'll comment on it, because there were so many great moments. I see a lot of people talking about that they really liked okay. It was a mixed bag, I guess. Some people liked the AEW ending. Some people did not like the AEW ending. I didn't think it was a bad ending. If you're going to Bryan Danielson versus Christian on Saturday, you've now got Blackpool Combat Club and Christian's group at odds. You've got Edge and Christian's group at odds. You've got the Mogul Embassy, who has a match coming up with the Blackpool Combat Club, and you've got Hangman, who's got a rivalry with Swerve, all of which, by the way, most of those seeds were planted earlier in the night, which I love that they went that direction. I love that instead of being like, well, don't you remember 2 weeks ago somebody said this or somebody said that? Like the Swerve and Hangman thing, seeds were planted earlier tonight. Bryan Danielson and Christian, that was the result of the match that started the show, right? So like all this stuff, you didn't have to watch AEW for 2 years, which is smart, because I think the idea is that everybody that was watching NXT, or hopefully a chunk of them, will turn over to AEW. I mean, just looking at the concurrent viewers right now, we have slightly more concurrent viewers now than we've had all night. Why? Because there's less screens to watch. Screens are freeing up, and people can turn on these screens. Yeah, I mean, look. I think they played the Undertaker thing just right. They let you know he was going to be there, so you better tune in for it. But they didn't. They made it so that he was still kind of like he's here, right? Yeah, Hot Dog is saying you got to stick around for at least 20 more minutes. The post-show people going to YouTube. I see the numbers. Yeah. I thought the execution of Cody Rhodes was really, really smart. He was advertised as just coming in to cut a promo, make an announcement. And the fact that they made him GM for the night and have him staggered throughout the night, it really was on both shows, right? Because AEW, every match was important on that show. So if you like AEW matches, which is presumably why you would tune into an AEW wrestling show, there was nothing on that show that you weren't going to watch. But just the pacing of NXT, like there really wasn't a moment for me watching NXT tonight where I was like, that's the channel click moment. That's the moment that I can switch over to the other show. It is a different time. You know what I mean? It's a different era entirely. There was a time where you had to worry about people clicking channels because they were looking at one screen. Nowadays, I think most people have a second screen. They can figure it out, even if it's their phone. You know, I don't think they have two TVs in a room, but even if it's their phone or their iPad or their computer, there's just so many ways to watch this stuff, right? I watch on YouTube TV. So I literally had a laptop here, a tablet here. I could have watched on my phone. I could have watched on that TV. I could have watched on this computer. I could watch it anywhere. So, it wasn't an undertaking for me to figure out. We saw Undertaker for me to figure out how to get all this done. But yeah, it was a great night, guys. I see most people watch both at the same time. That's the way to do it, dude. That's the way to do it. I think if we as fans are in a position where wrestling promotions are fighting for our eyes, it's the best possible position to be in, because all it means is awesome stuff. People are saying that Twitter is talking about the MJF Juice quarter segment. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a risk. And I talked about it before. I was pro CM Punk doing it at one point. Timing's bad, but we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. I had both shows on, one on the telly, the other on the tablet. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Put it on the telly. Put it on the telly. Put it on the telly. Fun physicality. We speculated wildly. We watched the product. We spent the whole night not fantasy booking Randy Orton. It doesn't get better than that. Muhammad says, what's your take on... I'm only going to read this question because I started it, but I'm not. Super chat. Every super chat will get read. Every super chat will get read. He says, what's your take on why AEW consistently getting lower attendance? I mean, look, I don't know. It's not my business. I think it's just a matter of storylines, you know? I think that the matches are there, the talent's there, and I think it's just a matter of talent being portrayed within storylines a certain way that just get people excited. And I think that that's potentially right around the corner. You know, I think that it's there. So, yeah. All right, guys. This was a nice, fun, long one. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. If you're watching later, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're done watching, go ahead and check the podcast from this week. It went up yesterday morning. There'll be more content coming to Notsam Wrestling as the days progress throughout this week. We got an interview with Pat Buck. We've got Mitch from Grapplers and Gimmicks coming in for an interview. So we've got a bunch of in-studio stuff coming. Sadzilla says, when is Orton returning? Let's book it. You couldn't let us end on a good note, could you? You just couldn't do it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.